Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Chad. This is a response video to Dan over at Dots and Loops, and this is a show me your Obi video. And I'm going to show 10 of my favorite Obi strip records from Japan. I've shown some soundtracks before. I've been collecting those for a good bit, so I have some cool stuff. And so I'm going to show my rock records first here. Here is Diary of a Madman from Ozzy. This is one of my favorite records. It's the first Iron Maiden record on EMI. I showed this record around Christmas. I had just picked this up. It's Flower Traveling Band's Satori. This is like a second press with the 1500 yen price tag. Here's one I had to set aside because it tears up all my stuff, but it is probably one of my favorite records I have, and it's the Rolling Stones' Sticky Fingers. This is a really great sounding Japanese press, but the zipper tears into some other stuff. And here's another great Japanese pressing. It's Pink Floyd's Piper at the Gates of Dawn. This one is kind of interesting. When I bought it, it was sold without the Obi strip, and then when I actually looked inside, it was folded. So it was really cool to have this. So it sounds really great. Alright, so that's 5 rock records, and let's do some soundtracks. I think there might be 6 here, but this is a rare soundtrack for the 80s slasher Prom Night, and this was only released in Japan on RCA Records. So this is Paul Zaza, and it is mostly disco, but really banging soundtrack. Here's one a lot of people might not know, but it's from the first, arguably the first cyberpunk movie from Japan called Burst City. Sogo Ishii was the director. He's done a lot of stuff like that. But I love this cover. Super bright, super clean, yellow and pink. This has a lot of Japanese punk, the Roosters, Rockers, some other. The movie had like the Stalin, who are a famous kind of punk, Japanese punk band from the early 80s. So if you ever see this one, check it out. It's super cool. Burst City. I showed this before recently. I've been listening to it. This is the soundtrack for The Warriors. This has been reissued by Waxwork Records with the full score. This has just a few tracks from Barry Dvorak, but that one's a great release too, but this one's awesome. Here's probably one of my rare soundtracks. I had just found this maybe a year ago. I've never seen a copy with an Obi strip before. I have a bunch of the US ones, and it's the original motion picture soundtrack for John Carpenter's Christine. This is a white label promo. And here are 2 of my favorite soundtracks. This one is from Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. And probably one of my rare, not necessarily price-wise, but just really hard to find. It's the soundtrack for Nightmare on Elm Street by Charles Bernstein. I love this lettering on this Obi strip. So there you go. That's 10 or 11 records that I am showing for Dan. Check it out. Thanks. Peace.